Normally, when you think of Toyota Corollas, you think of boring people transporters designed to take you from one location to another at the lowest possible cost. No one looks at a Corolla and thinks, oh my God, I gotta have this thing. Unless, of course, you lay your eyes on something like this, a 2023 Toyota Corolla GR. Those two letters GR make all the difference. This is the Gazoo racing version of the Corolla. 300 horsepower, 273 pound-feet of torque. This car right here means business. Thanks to the CEO of Toyota being a true car guy, we not only have the Superback, we also have a racing version of the Corolla. This is not an ordinary Toyota. You can actually take it to the track. There's actual track settings on this car. You have a push track knob. You can change the torque distribution to the wheels by twisting the knob, 60-40 split, 30-70 split, and so on. This car gives you a pretty affordable way to hit the track. You can get one of these for around $36,000. And for that kind of money in today's world, getting a 300 horsepower track weapon is an amazing value. Leave it to Toyota to figure out how to get 300 horsepower out of the small 1.6 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine. I love this, not just 2 tailpipes, but 3 tailpipes to match as 3 cylinders. You got nice looking wheels on this with red brake calipers and drilled rotors. All this on a Corolla, folks. You have a race car here that's a hatchback with practical utility. This is a small hatchback, so it's practical, but not too practical. I like the looks of it too. Nothing too outlandish in typical Toyota fashion, a bit on the conservative side. Now, because this is a Corolla after all, don't expect a lot of high-end premium materials inside the car. You'll be greeted with a good amount of plastic pretty much all throughout the vehicle. But all that doesn't matter because you're not buying the GR Corolla so you can cruise around in some high-end premium vehicle. You're buying this because of this. If there was ever a car that was built for the driver, it's this GR Corolla. On the inside, there's not a lot that's going on. Pretty simple and straightforward dash layout. The infotainment is a little bit dated. You just have simple options for nav, music, phone, and so on. Climate control is pretty simple and straightforward, a few buttons. I do like the digital display on the dash. You have a view of the turbo boosts, and you can customize what goes into the left and right boxes on the dash. Now, because this is a Corolla and it's a small engine, you have eco mode, which means you can actually get pretty high gas mileage if you'd like. No armrest in this race car. It's been a while since I've had to manually adjust the seat using a lever. I've completely lost the skill of carefully adjusting the seat manually. I tell you what, it's not easy to get it right. Cloth seats, but you have a nice GR logo on the headrest. It's a small hatchback, so if you're in the back seat, just prepare to have the headrest in your face. This is a simple car, but you know what? It's refreshing to have the simplicity because you know what you're supposed to do with it. Just get in and drive. What I like about this car is there's a real raw feeling about this. In 2024, every car is an iPhone on wheels. You're surrounded by technology. In this one, not so much. In this one, you hear a lot of noises. It's not a quiet, particularly comfortable ride. You hear the exhaust noise, you hear the turbos. It's a very visceral feeling. And when you drive it, it's wanting you to push it. This is a car that's meant to be driven hard, aggressively, and it really comes alive at the higher RPMs. This is a pretty easy car to drive, and throwing this car around turns like this is where you'll have the most fun. And it's crazy how much power this thing generates. From such a small engine, 300 horsepower, Toyota has put together a great recipe for this GR Corolla. This is quite the hot hatchback. The manual gearbox, the 3 pedals, the 300 horsepower. This is not any old Corolla. This is a special one. The all-wheel drive system in this thing works really well. There might not be a lot of engineering on the inside of the car, but Toyota has figured out the engineering where it really matters, which is the driving experience. Taking something as simple as a Corolla and turning it into an exciting driver's car. Really good grip, really planted. It's also got rev matching, which means less work to do with the downshifts. This is really the kind of car that you want to thrash and beat up on and toss around corners. And because it's a Toyota, this car can take a beating and still last you 1,000,000 miles. This is just a simple, no-nonsense, fun car that'll bring you a smile every time you get behind the driver's seat. In 2023, Toyota only sold about 4,000 of these GR Corollas, and I can see why. The demand for these things is through the roof, and it's actually tough to get one at a dealer. Toyota did such a good job with this car. This is so not like your average boring old Corolla. For $36,000 to have something that's as much fun as this GR, I think Toyota hit a home run with this one.